Another fun one. Well, are you sick of me saying it's a fun one? Well, they're all fun. If you can't tell, we have an awful lot of fun here, but I do have a coach that is absolutely spectacular. Yes, it's that one behind me. We're gonna jump in that one. We're gonna take it over to my favorite spot. Although it is raining right now, we're getting some periods of nice clear afternoon. It's in Essex, Newmar, luxury Newmar at its best, folks. You're gonna be surprised at the year model. If you're watching this and you're a big Newmar fan like I am, you can tell probably by the paint scheme exactly what it is. That big X12 fires up. You just know it. That X12 is a phenomenal engine. It's probably one of the most underrated engines in the RV industry. It's not a widely used engine, although that's getting ready to change. Now, let me tell you a little story about how we got this coach. This gentleman reached out to us about a month ago, the gentleman who was the previous owner, and we tried to buy it. We were unsuccessful. We were not able to buy this coach. We made him an offer. I think we didn't really hear much back from him. I think the offer was just not where he wanted it to be, and I understand that. There's no doubt about it. I ended up buying this coach for about the same money that I made him the offer on. Let me tell you how. Because he was wanting to trade. He wanted to trade, and ultimately he ended up buying a 4Travel, and that's how we got the coach. Was we put a bid in on this coach at the 4Travel dealer where he traded. So ultimately I ended up with the coach anyway, because this is right up my alley, folks. And if you're watching this video and you have a coach like this that you want to sell, please let us put the number on it for you, even if I don't have a coach that you're interested in buying. And maybe that's what this was. The gentleman really just wanted to trade it to make it easy, and I understand that. And but ultimately we ended up with the coach, and I am super excited about that. So let's get the Hadley air leveling raised up just a little bit to make it out the threshold of our driveway. I pull out of here. I'm going to zoom in here and show you something. See all those scratches? Those are all from big trucks and mostly car carriers that have pulled in here over the years, scratching the road. So I need to go over here to the Hadley air leveling, and I need to raise it up. Push and hold, raise, and this coach is going to raise right up. Essentially all I'm doing is I'm pushing and holding that raise button till I get it where I want it, and then I can make my move onto the highway, as you can see here. And once I hit 15 miles an hour, that coach is going to go back down to ride height. And it looks like we have clear passage. We got one more car here, and we're going to be able to jump out in the highway here. Man. Wow. And this is so much more engine than the 450. And now, this is only 500 horsepower, but it's so much more engine and torque than the 450 ISL. Man, this thing, it's windy today too, folks. This thing is smooth, and you can just drives amazing. What a difference. Very nice. And it looks like somebody put a newer radio in it at some point as well. I know I say this a lot, but let me just tell you, this coach would be a contender for me if I did not own a coach. Today in front of you, you are looking at a Newmar Essex 4.5/4.8 floor plan. This is a triple slide, full wall, this side being a full wall slide, bath and a half, absolute stunner. And we have 37,200 miles on it. And yes, you're gonna get the 365 size tires up front. These were put on in 2024 with date codes of 2023. And all of the rear tires were put on in 2022 with date codes of 2021. Batteries on this coach also look to be in really, really good shape. Of course, you know, we're gonna do a load test on them, make sure they're all good. And our generator only has 221 hours on it. And this coach definitely appears to have been garage kept all of its life. Folks, this coach with the Cummins X12, which is basically the ISX, just a little bit of a smaller version, it's a 12 liter instead of a 15 liter, makes for a tremendous amount of torque and horsepower, more than anyone would ever need. And with meticulous ownership history and excellent condition like this one's in, this coach just represents a tremendous value in the luxury diesel pusher market. Well, are you starting to figure out what year this Newmar Essex is? This coach just screams late model because of how well it's been cared for. This thing is in I don't want to call it like new. I don't want to try to guide you wrong, but this coach is standing tall and is in immaculate condition. And yes, it does have an outdoor entertainment system. It is pre-plumbed for an outdoor freezer if you ever want to put one in. And P.S., we have some of these available with slide trays if you wanted to upgrade. And just like most other modern luxury diesel pushers, this is going to have dual Girard roof-mounted awnings. Although they are making some newer front ends, this is still styling of what you should expect with a late model Newmar. From the beautiful chrome mirrors and the beautiful Newmar masterpiece finish on the paint. There are simply just no apologies on the exterior of this one. But let's get inside and show you what the inside's like. But before I do, I want to reveal to you what year this is. But be honest with me, how many of you guessed that this was a 2013 model? If you said 13, you probably know Newmar pretty well. But for those of you who don't know Newmar and don't know the history of Newmar, what did you really guess? Leave a comment down below what year model you guessed, because I'll tell you, when I look at this, I see 2018, 19, even 2020 model. The paint colors give it away a little bit. Looks this good, and we haven't even done our paint correction on it. I want you to even look inside this engine bay. And yes, it's just a little bit dusty and dirty, and don't worry, we'll get that cleaned up. But I just wanted to show you how clean and how nice everything was back here. Just simply an absolute powerhouse on the road. Don't worry, this gives you 15,000 pound towing capacity and a 150 gallon fuel tank. And now it's time to take you inside this. I am so excited and so proud to show you this one. It is absolutely beautiful in here. There's a couple of cookies in here I want to tell you about. This thing was optioned like a King Air. Made it in, and I can't wait to turn this camera around and show you what's behind me and tell you all about this stuff. This, folks, might be a long-winded video. I'm just warning you up front. Definitely, I'm in love with this coach. And again, I like all the coaches that we sell. I buy what I like. This one just does something extra for me. So bear with me. Stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to sit right over here in those awesome chairs. I'm going to tell you all about our process, how we operate at Soul Motor Coach, what we're going to do to this coach to get it ready for you, financing, pricing, trade-ins. We're going to cover all that stuff. You want to stick around. If you're interested in buying this coach or a coach from Soul Motor Coach, do yourself a favor and stick around and watch the end of this video. As I go through the inside of this coach, I am going to miss so many things. It's not even funny. But just know, although I'm finding two conditional things right here, two foggy windows, don't worry about that. We're going to take care of that. I find literally no other issues. There's one thing down here I'm going to point out. I don't know enough about this particular motorhome or these. I'm just going to show it to you. It's really not an issue. It's just something that I see. We're going to cover the rest of this and go over it all. Please forgive me if I miss something or leave something out. First and foremost, the two front captain's chairs are in immaculate condition, as well as everything else in this coach as far as furniture goes, and floors and everything else. But we're talking about the furniture. Captain's chairs both do swivel, both have recliners, very comfortable. Extra wide buddy seat on the passenger side. Covering some of the items in the dash, we're going to have again an updated Excite radio, a nice color backup camera, and I'm assuming has side view cameras as well. Just what I like to see. Also at the dash here we have analog gauges. Nothing wrong with that. This coach just made an 800-mile trip to get here. It now has 37,165 miles. To round out the dash, we have HWH computerized leveling for your hydraulics, and then also we have Hadley air leveling to boot. For those of you who might be comparing this coach to like a later model Dutch Star that's not going to have air leveling, folks, you need to give me a call and talk through whatever air leveling does for you. Air leveling is tremendous, absolutely wonderful. I love air leveling. In fact, my Prevost only has air leveling. And to round out the dash, yes, we have the 4000 Allison transmission. And yes, this has the Cummins X12 or ISX12, which is a 12-liter engine That is one of the Big Daddy engines. You will not be disappointed when you match it to the 4000 Allison transmission. Beautiful. And we do have driver memory seat, power mirrors, and heated mirrors. And both captain's chairs look to have at least heat, but possibly cool. I'll have to check into that. I know they're at least heated. I'll have to check and see if they're cooled as well. Just as you should expect, we do have adjustable pedals. Up front here, we open this door up here. This is our control center. Pretty simple control center because this is one of the first years of the new style buttons here. So you literally, throughout the coach, you touch a button and it operates a light or a series of lights or shades or what have you. But we have this Silverleaf control center here. This is going to be what's in the luxury line of Newmar motorhomes. You've probably seen this before if you're hunting for a Newmar in the luxury line. Silverleaf, this is awesome setup. It covers all this stuff here. I'm not going to dig into it. I don't want to make this video 2 hours long or even an hour long. As you can see here, we can control the rest of our front drapes and slide outs and different stuff. One thing I love over here is you do have a monitor for the passenger side, and rounding out the front cockpit area, we do have a forward over-the-road Samsung smart television. Back there, it looks like somebody added an auxiliary television. That is a newer Samsung smart television as well. But I know you came to see this beautiful area right here. I love this floor plan with this massive sofa right here. Huge queen size pull-out mattress. Across from that is going to be this little L-shaped sofa. I would imagine this probably, yes, this is going to jackknife, also make another bed for like small children. And yes, this L-shaped sofa is an amazing place to sit back, relax. You can kick your feet out, you can lean back here. This is a great place to sit. Let's try the sofa next. You know, I'm going to give you my honest review of the sofa, the furniture, what it's like. Good support on the sofa here. This is a huge sofa. I mean, 3 or 4 people can sit here, and then, you know, across from there they have that L shape. But this is a good time to talk to you about furniture because you have a massive amount of area. You can do theater seats here. There's a lot you can do. So if it's just 2 of you and you don't need to sleep multiple people, what I would do with this coach is I'd put me a set of theater seats right here, no bed, and have somebody take out this L-shaped sofa and have somebody put me a televator that pops up, maybe with a little fireplace in it. Just what I would do with the coach. And like I told you, we have 1, 2, 3 foggy windows on the smaller side. We repair these in-house, no issues whatsoever. One other thing I want to cover before we get going too far, as I'm doing this video, the entire time I've been in here with the slides out, I've had that 12.5 generator running, and I've had all 3 roof air conditioners on. Now, I don't know if you can hear how quiet it is in here or the lack of noise, but all 3 roof air conditioners are running, and that huge 12.5 generator is going full blast. Also, this does have, looks to be an extendable island. At the mercy of saving myself time and energy figuring out how to get that out. I am assuming this comes out whether it be air driven or electric. We will figure that out. Inside this galley, you're going to find one of the most beautiful Corian countertop you're ever going to see. Look at the work that Newmar did back in the day, turning this Corian, making the turn in the corner, and having multiple levels of countertop. I mean, they just did a phenomenal job with all these turns and the kind of a raised lip here. So if you spill anything on the countertop, it's not going to roll over the edge. A Fisher and Paykel dishwasher with a storage drawer above. Look at how clean that is. Princess cooktop. And we're going to have also a 2-compartment sink here. I love that. And look at all the storage. Drawers. Nice pull out right here. Like I was talking about, this has the King Aire cabinetry and also the King Aire floors. Just more storage and cabinetry. Across from that's going to be my favorite. Look at this beautiful, very well designed chair here. Got that day shade shut so we don't have so much glare. But look at the beautiful computer like I call it a computer. I call everything that looks like this a computer dinette workstation. I don't know if it has actual computer equipment in there. Not really, but tons of drawers and cabinetry here. I really like what they did with the television here too. It's a nice placement of a television. We have a French door refrigerator, Whirlpool French door refrigerator. Looks like we have water and ice in the door. This is a full-size, very large counter depth refrigerator, and yes, every refrigerator comes with a Sewell Motor Coach magnet. We just got these in. We put this on every coach now. This has our phone number and our Sewell Motor Coach email for service. Just next to the refrigerator is going to be a huge pantry here with pullouts. Above that is going to be your AV cabinet. It's where your wine guard and some of your electronics, big Sony amp right there, Blu-ray disc player. Folks, just across from the refrigerator is going to be our half bath. Newmar luxury line half baths are some of the largest in the industry. Really, really nice. Same Corian with glass backsplash. Comes with a Tecmo power flush toilet, and just that same finish work comes into the half bath. Of course, you got a vent with a fan above us and a window with day and night shades and a really nice medicine cabinet. Moving our way back into the bedroom here, you see we have another Sony smart television, another Blu-ray disc player. Look at the amount of storage, drawers, and cabinetry. And yes, we have another control panel. One of my favorite windows in a motorhome ever is right here. This is a rear-facing window. I think that's huge. I love a rear-facing window on the slide out. And as you can see here, back in the day, they were putting the Bose Wave radio, and you see here we could select auxiliary for TV sound. And across from that's going to be our king-size Sleep Number bed with a massive amount of drawers above, massive amount of cabinetry above the bed, and a beautiful, beautiful look at the headboard, a mirror-backed wood grain headboard. Look at the time and detail is taken into this headboard. That is phenomenal. I'll just give you a quick peek up into a massive amount of storage. One of my favorite things about a Newmar luxury line, they've been doing this for years. Look at their trim, intricate trim and detail. And then I love the little ledge, almost like a theater feel when you're laying in bed. I'm just explaining it the way it feels to me. Have you ever been in one of those theaters where they have like an overhang? That's kind of what it feels like when you're in this coach in a luxury line. And the attention to detail with this woodwork is just phenomenal. I don't even know. I haven't been in a newer Essex like a 23, 24, 25. I don't know if they're still doing it this way, but this is just... Now, coming into the rear bathroom, yes, we do have like about a 6 or 7, maybe even 8-inch step up into the rear bath. But once we get back here, beautiful, very well appointed. We're going to have a window here. We're going to have a massive shower, all Corian lined with that same glass backsplash teak seat. Washer or dryer center. This is a Magic Chef branded washer and dryer. One thing I would like to point out about this dryer, this is a 220 volt dryer, so this is going to dry clothes just like what's in your house. Because so many of the dryers nowadays, like the Splendide, nothing wrong with them, about it, just letting you know, the Splendide and most of the other dryers in motorhomes are all going to be 110 appliance, so it's going to limit you on your heating elements in the dryers of what you can actually dry and how fast you can dry things. So this being a 220 appliance, it's going to dry things just as fast as if you were drying from your house. But to round out, we have a cedar lined closet with shoe cubbies. This is a massive closet, 2 levels of clothes hanging, and yes, we do have a safe back there. And last but not least, in this bathroom, we're going to have a real nice size vanity with double medicine cabinets, that same Corian countertops, another window inside this bathroom, and another Tecmo power flush toilet. And just full disclosure, if you're looking at this coach and you're taller than about 6'2", or 6'3", you're probably not going to be extremely comfortable in this bathroom. I'm with my hat, I'm 6 foot tall, and I still have, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches. So 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4" is going to be about the limit of somebody that's going to be comfortable in this bathroom. Doesn't mean you can't do it, because when you get in the shower here, as you can see, we do have a skylight in the shower, so it would allow for somebody that's a little bit taller to be comfortable inside that shower. I know, what's it like with the slide rooms on the in position going down the road? How are you going to be able to use this coach with the slides in? Well, let's turn the camera and show you. This one's a bit of a mixed bag, but mostly good. Couple of small negatives, because up front with the 2 captain's chairs, tons of room to maneuver. You have this extra wide buddy seat here. You can maneuver around, do everything you need to do. And then also the captain's chair, the driver's captain's chair, has plenty of room to maneuver around and do everything that you need to do, no problem. But let's talk about going back in the coach. Now, these 2 items don't need to ride here. This is a L-shaped couch that moves out, but the cushion is supposed to go underneath the sofa. This one can go in the closet. You can put them both in the closet. So you can use this sofa, and you can also sit on the massive massive sofa, but you have an extremely nice wide entryway to get back to the galley. Now the first little negative, I think, is with these chairs. You can move this chair in more, as you can see here, to maneuver it around, but I do have to kind of move my body sideways to get past it the way it's sitting now. Now, granted, I'm a little bit larger than the normal person. I did push this chair in, so I would just need to kind of move. As you can see, I'm kind of moving past that little corner island and the chair right here to get past. But once I make it into this area, I'm fine. And then as I move past this other chair, as you can see, it's not really a problem. Maybe it's more of the problem with these chairs, which I absolutely love, by the way. These are my favorite chairs I've ever seen in a motorhome. I'm just gonna be a little bit inhibited by the chairs. I have to think about where I'm walking instead of just running back here and using the bathroom. The rest of the coach, as you can see here, we don't have the perfect movement into our refrigerator, but we can open both doors. We would need to move past the refrigerator to get access to this door, but as you can see here, we can keep bottles of water here, reach back in here, grab a bottle of water, reach into this part of the fridge, no problem. And then together, let's find out what it's like to get into the bathroom, because I've not been in this one yet. Oh, it's not bad at all. So opening the door here, as you can see, it does move just over the slide out, and then it is stopped by part of the slide at the top, a little piece of trim. And yes, there is a little bit of a wear mark on the trim there, not noticeable unless we're looking for it. So to answer the question that you may have, yes, I can move. I'm not even squeezing. Yes, my belly is touching the handles of the fridge. Yes, my back is touching the wall, but I don't have to squeeze to get in here. So I'm just going to move into the bathroom just like so. No problem. Nothing that I had to do to squeeze to get into this bathroom. And again, once I make it into the bathroom, this is one of the largest half baths you'll ever find. And then making it back to the bedroom here where I'm at now to get to the sleep number bed, I've got plenty of room. Again, I'm touching in the front, I'm touching in the back, but I'm not squeezing. I'm not having to pull myself through the doorway to make it. So mostly good. The tiniest little bit of negative, but that's with any coach that's going to be modern slide outs. What do you think about this 2013 Newmar Essex? Are you as impressed with this coach as I am? I hope so. I hope this video has shown you how nice of a machine this is, folks. I tried not to glorify or really over talk about the condition of this coach, so I'll spend about a minute now talking to you about the condition. Folks, this coach is in phenomenal shape, and I'm going to show you one thing up here. I'm glad I remembered. So right up here, I don't know if this is to protect the roller or what, but this looks like maybe a tile has been replaced at some point. It hides well. If you pan over, you really see it. If you didn't know it was there, do you see it? There's nothing cracked, nothing wrong. I'm just showing you something that kind of sticks out a little bit. Leave a comment down below if you know what that is. So besides 2-3 tiny little foggy windows, whatever that is I just showed you, folks, there is nothing negative to speak about inside this coach. Yeah, like with any machine, we're going to go through and go make all kinds of repairs during our inspection. This coach is going to need some stuff. Maybe a shade motor doesn't work here or there, but nothing that we can't handle or take care of. If this is a coach that you're interested in buying and you want to talk to me directly, I have no issue with that. I need you to do one thing for me though, because I'm going to give you my cell phone number, but folks, if you're not programmed in my phone, I simply do not answer. So I'm going to need you to shoot me a text message at the number below, 859-613-2574. Simply text me what coach you're interested in, and I'll give you a call right away. If I'm unavailable, I might even have talent or might give you a call if I'm with a customer, going to be tied up with a customer for a while. But I do want to talk to you. If you're a serious and qualified buyer ready to go, I want to talk to you. I want to answer any questions you have. But if you're just interested in seeing the build sheet, want to ask some few simple questions about the coach, or schedule an appointment, just jump on our website right down here, SewellMotorCoach.com. Send us an email or just simply give us a call. We would love to answer any questions that you have. So this is the part of the video that might get a little bit boring for those of you who are not interested in buying this motorhome or doing business with Sewell Motor Coach. I'm going to spend about the next 10 minutes going over everything that has to do with our process, pricing, financing, trade-ins, what we're going to do to this coach to get it ready for you. We're going to cover all that So stay tuned. For those of you who are signing off, I say thank you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. Hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I certainly hope to talk with you soon. Oh look, this does have a computer dinette workstation. And it looks like this TV just lifts off and you can set it wherever you like. All right, so what do we got here? We got a 2013 Newmar Essex with the ISX, the ISX 12 liter, which is the step down from the ISX 600 or the ISX 15 liter. There was a 600 and they redesigned it for chassis model year 2017 to be a 605 horsepower. As far as I know, this engine stayed the same. They still offer this engine in the Mountain Aire, and now next year in 2026 they're going to upgrade the Cornerstone Tiffin Cornerstone 500. So it's previously was the Anthem. They're going to rename it. They're going to be putting this motor, this drivetrain in the what's used to be the Anthem. Now it's the Cornerstone 500. That's too much information, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This coach is an absolute powerhouse. This coach is on the Spartan K2 chassis with a gross combined weight rating of 67,000 pounds and a gross vehicle weight of 52,000 pounds. So yes, that gives you 15,000 pounds of towing capability, which is more than enough to do, I can't imagine anything you want to do. If you want to haul a stacker trailer or a big long trailer, a heavy tow vehicle, whatever it is you want to do, you can put a motorcycle lift on there and tow your Jeep behind it, or 1-ton pickup truck. This coach also has a 55-degree wheel cut, so that's one of the best in the industry, with independent front suspension. Also, this coach has a 1,645 foot-pound torque rating, which is among the best and the leaders in the Cummins family of motors. Don't let anybody guide you down the wrong path. This coach has more than enough capability to tow just about anything you want to tow. It is no slouch, folks. All right, let's talk about our inspection process and what we do to the coach. Every coach that we buy goes through 3 inspections. And I talk about the inspections first because, folks, if you're looking at an older coach like this from another dealer or an individual and something just isn't right, and you're just getting that feeling at the pit of the bottom of your stomach, or somebody on your shoulder is telling you, hey, watch out, make sure you get the coach inspected. Do your due diligence. Get a third-party inspector who is qualified to come out and do an inspection if something just doesn't seem right. We highly welcome and recommend in most cases that you hire a qualified third-party inspector to come out and do the inspection. If you're willing to spend the money, we love for you to bring an inspector out and check this one out, or any coach that we have listed for sale for that matter. The more inspections, the better. But if you don't want to take it through inspections, don't worry about that with Sewell Motor Coach. Because I often say, and I'll say it towards the end of this part of the video, we take all the risk out of buying one of these motorhomes. Because again, we're going to do our pre-purchase inspection. Before I send any money to a seller, I'm going to do an inspection to make sure I know what I'm getting. Now, they're not in-depth, long inspections. These are basically quick inspections. Sometimes our drivers even do them. But rest assured, before I send any money, I know what I'm buying. And the second inspection essentially starts when the coach arrives here at Sewell Motor Coach. We're going to put 1 or 2 of our technicians in it just to make sure that everything is performing the way it should, to make sure we don't need to order any parts, or to make sure that nothing is going to slow us down during our PDI. And that's the third and most important inspection you can expect when buying a motorhome from Sewell Motor Coach. Because once you decide that this is the right coach for you, we're going to take a non-refundable partial payment. We're going to put this coach in what we call PDI, otherwise known as a pre-delivery inspection. That's where we're going to dedicate one of our technicians, usually either Buddy or Cameron, to go through this coach and make sure that everything is performing as it should. We are literally going to touch every button, operate every system, and service everything and fix everything that needs to be serviced or fixed. That includes, but is not limited to, the engine, the generator, the Oasis system. We are also going to do a wheels off chassis inspection. We're going to make sure your microwave and your convection oven work. We're also going to run a cycle through the dishwasher. We're going to fire that dryer up to make sure it's working, and we're going to run the washer through a cycle to make sure it's all good. So essentially, to shorten this video a little bit, we're going to touch everything and we're going to operate everything in the coach. And once all the repairs and services are done, we start our detailing process. Let me tell you folks, detailing one of these motorhomes inside and out is not a cheap, quick, or easy thing to do. We literally spend thousands of dollars on every motorhome making sure they're 100% as clean and to make sure they're as close to perfect as they possibly can be. It's simply just what we do. This coach will get full paint correction, an interior enzyme treatment to make sure that no bacteria is left inside this coach. We also do a complete tank, freshwater, black water, and gray water tank treatment. And we have a team of usually 2 or 3 ladies that come inside this coach and give it a full interior cleaning. Folks, after all that's done and the coach is ready for you to pick up, we call this delivery day. And delivery day is a big one. This is one you should really pay attention to, because we don't want to just flip you the keys and wish you the best of luck. We want you to plan on coming in here and staying at least one night. But on a coach like this, folks, you really need at least 2 nights, preferably 3. And coming in here and staying with us does 2 things for you. One, and most importantly, allows you to learn how to use all the systems in the coach. We're going to dedicate that same technician that was in charge of your PDI. That same young man is going to be in charge of making sure you understand how everything in the coach works. We're going to spend as much time as it takes making sure you understand how to operate everything in the coach and outside the coach. But secondly, it does another thing for you. It allows you to come in and do your own inspection by staying in the coach for 1, 2, or even 3 nights. And if you find something that we missed that needs to be touched up, from doors that are sagging, or whatever the situation may be, we want the opportunity to fix that and make that right before you leave. And here's something else you hardly ever hear a dealer say before you ever send any money. We want you to be 100% satisfied, because folks, when you leave, when you cross over that threshold of Sewell Motor Coach, it is your baby. And we want to make sure you stay here long enough to understand how to use it, and make sure you're completely happy with the condition and be completely happy with everything that's working. And no, we don't have people that leave here and have all kinds of issues and problems, but once you leave here, the coach is out of our control and it becomes your coach and your baby from there on out. So if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, man, this guy's just full of it, I don't believe a word he's saying, folks, do yourself a favor, jump on Google and see what other people are saying about Sewell Motor Coach. We're awful proud of our reviews and how we operate and how we do business, because we have custom made this process over the years after selling literally hundreds and hundreds of these motorhomes. And that process continues to evolve today. We're always adding or taking away some sort of part of our process to make it better. So jump on Google, type in Sewell Motor Coach, and see what other people are saying about us. And even if you can't buy one from us, I hope part of this video has helped you in your process of buying from another dealer and what you should expect. We understand literally we can't sell everybody a motorhome. We're happy to sell 8 to 10 of these a month. That's about all we can literally handle at this point. Let's talk about pricing, because this is another huge part of our business. It's so easy for me to talk about. I decided from day one to be a one-price dealer. Yes, we're a one-price dealer. We do not negotiate. The price we have listed is our best price. Everybody gets the same price. Because this is a relationship purchase, we never want to start the relationship with a negotiation. But we're always going to put our best foot forward. We're always going to give you our best price right up front. But keep in mind, we are also market-based priced. When comparing apples to apples, it's going to be hard to compare to this coach, folks, but when comparing apples to apples, we are always going to be the best deal in the market. We charge nothing extra from the detailing process, the repair, the wheels off chassis inspection, the full service of everything, the walkthrough, the demonstration, staying with us. We charge nothing extra for that. It's all included in that one price. What about trade-ins? We love trade-ins of any kind. Absolutely, we take trades, towables, fifth wheels, any of that stuff. And we have the same philosophy when it comes to trade-ins. We're an actual cash value trade-in dealer. Exactly what does that mean? I'm going to explain it to you. That means the number I give you for your trade-in is what I will write you a check for, regardless if you buy our unit or not. Now, there is one small caveat. If you're trading in a unit that I don't want to keep and resell here at Sewell Motor Coach, simply what I did was send that out to 2 or 3 wholesalers, and whoever gave me the best bid, that's the exact number that I gave you. And if you still want to sell that unit to us, happy to facilitate a relationship directly between you and that wholesaler. But yes, you heard that correctly. The number I give you for your trade-in is what I'll write you a check for, regardless if you buy our unit or not. I don't know how much more simple it can get than that. That's real, true, actual cash value. Yes, we have all the financing sources that the big box dealers have, from the Fifth Thirds to the Truist, all the competitive interest rates and competitive terms. And yes, we title in all 50 states. We have a great titling team. Becky does an amazing job. Her paperwork and Heather's paperwork that we send to the banks, we often get remarks. I get emails from the banks often telling me how clean our paperwork is constantly. The finance department is one of our strongest. The ladies and the gentlemen and ladies who do our paperwork and financing and title work is one of the strongest parts of our business. Essentially, we've got you covered here at Sewell Motor Coach from the front to the back, from the beginning to the end. We want to set you up for success in your new lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, folks, this is just a tool for you to go out and live your new lifestyle. You're buying this so you can go out and live your new lifestyle, and we want to be your partner in that. We want you to go out and have the most fun possible in your new lifestyle. Well, that was a long one. Thank you all for sticking in there to the end of this video. I had a tremendous amount of fun. This coach just does something extra for me. I love every part of the colors. I love every option in here. I would literally, if I didn't own a coach, this would be, I've always loved this second generation of Newmar Essex. So from all of us here at Sewell Motor Coach, I thank you for watching this video. I hope you'll have a wonderful and blessed day, and I hope to talk with you soon.